Hi everybody and welcome to episode 5 of Leena Ching, the Opinionated Missus. I am your host, Leena Ching, and the topic for today is, can exes be friends? I have one answer for that, and that's no, negative, not to me anyway. The reason why I feel like this is because, okay, check this out. You're with somebody, the only way, before I even start, the only way I feel like you can be friends with your exes is if the relationship is not that deep. If the relationship is not that deep, then you have time to backtrack and be like, wait a minute, this is not working out. Let's just go back to being friends, or at least cordial. If you're in a relationship where both parties fall mad deep and you guys were like about to get married, you guys probably were about to discuss having kids, or you guys are in the whole I love you stage, bring them home, anything to that importance, it's harder to backtrack and be like, okay, let's be friends, because that's basically saying, let's act like nothing's ever happened. Let's act like we never fell for each other. Let's act like we weren't about to get married. Let's act like we never discussed having kids together. Let's act like we never planned our whole lives together. And then imagine being with somebody that you were so deeply involved with, being friends with them, and then they come to you and they're just like, I met this girl, I met this guy, he's so amazing, I think he's so awesome, I think he's the one. First and foremost, you would not have a choice but to think, what does this person have that I don't have, that our relationship couldn't work? If your ex comes to you and is like, oh, this person's awesome, I'm going to marry this person, blah, 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 then yes, you might be like, okay, you're happy, good for you, I'm happy for you, do your thing. But at the same time, you can't help but wonder what's so different with their relationship that they're able to make it work, or they're able to go further than we were, and we weren't able to pull that off. We failed and our relationship shattered. What's so different? I mean, yes, sometimes it's just not, it's just like, it's nothing really, it's just kind of like, it's not working, we were vibing, but it's not like that anymore. But imagine hearing the person that you were once supposed to marry tell you about somebody they smashed. Imagine the person that you were supposed to marry tell you about somebody else that they like, that they think they will marry. That was once your position. Now imagine this person that you loved telling you about somebody else that they're going to marry. Why didn't it work with you? I mean, even though it was mutual, you can't help but wonder why it couldn't work with us this way. So I don't think that exes should be friends. I mean, there's nothing wrong with being cordial or being, hi, how you doing? Because on top of that whole thing about them being with somebody else and you wondering why it's working with them and not with you, that gets messy. You guys will be friends. Then you guys will start chilling, as friends do. Assuming that you're old enough to drink, you'll start drinking. Things will start happening. You probably will end up smashing. And then you guys are back to like, oh my gosh, I just smashed my ex. What does this mean? And then you get into this mode of awkwardness and confusion, and it's, what does this mean? Are we gonna get back together? Was it just sex? Should I even try? Should I move on? Then the old feelings that you're trying to get over, if you haven't already, probably start come rushing back. And it makes it harder to move on, even though it's been a while, even though it was a mutual decision, even though the excuse might have been legitimate. It just makes it harder. If you're going to be friends with your ex, you might want to be careful on which ex you're friends with. And I only say that because there's some exes that don't serve as much importance as another ex. As in, like, it wasn't that serious. Or there's an ex that you loved more that you can't be friends with. And it's like, it makes the other ex look like, oh, we can be friends. It's not that serious. I've been with somebody more serious. So the situation with you looks light compared to my situation with this ex. I also think that being friends with your ex backtracks. It throws you back and it backtracks. Your ex is in your past. And once that's your ex, it's time to move on. Some exes get back together. Some exes, they build, they grow, they come back together, they work on stuff, and then, they're back together, the bond is stronger, the unit is stronger, fine. But if you're not intending to get back with that ex, then what's the point of having them in your life? That's my personal opinion. If you're not trying to get back with that ex on some level, then what's the point of having them so far in your life where you're calling them your friend? I am going to take a pause because, as you know, we got these music breaks. This week's song is called Lie to Me by AJ featuring Nada. I don't know. Give me 2 seconds. Featuring Nadea. Sorry about that. Janae. Again, the song is called Lie to Me, and they're from Chicago, Illinois. So please enjoy that, and we'll be back shortly. Thank you.
Oh, no, 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 no. Oh. Hey. Let me know how you feel. Yeah. Let me know, do you care? You ain't got a lot of me. You ain't got a lot of me. Let me know how you feel. Hey. Let me know, do you care? You ain't got a lot of me. You ain't got a lot of me. Let me know how you feel. Let me know, do you care? You ain't got a lot of me. You ain't got a lot of me. Sympathize with you, shorty. His emotions left when he came. Split second after in his eyes, he don't look at you the same. Now you listen to other dames for attention you should've got from that nigga, cause he's supposed to be around, but he not. Wow. You wanna slap him now, since he ruined his shot, and he left the party as soon as he got his chance to hit your slots. Now you broken and deep down hoping he reap what he sow, hoping his next girl become his ex and doing dirty on the low. What you should know, baby, that won't settle the score. He'll just be ending up like you was not so long before. So get your life and get it right, and worry about yourself. Harboring hate for some nigga ain't good for your health, cause he ain't thinking about you as much as you are about him. You're brighter than the situation, don't allow it to make you dim. You should learn from this experience and find beauty within, cause ain't no point being someone else's mind when you don't see yourself as a gem, baby. Y'all feel like? Let me know how you feel. Let me know, do you care? You ain't got a lot of me. You ain't got a lot, man. You ain't got a lot of me. Let me know how you feel. Let me know, do you care? You ain't got a lot of me. You ain't got a lot of me. Let me know how you feel. Let me know, do you care? You ain't got a lot of me. You ain't got a lot of me. Niggas be like, what I got a lot for? Still be lying. Say, man, fuck that bitch. A week later, they be crying. Bitches be like, nigga, you ain't shit, but texting his best friend. Crucifying a nigga, but holding the heavier weight of sins. Point being, everybody makes mistakes, and ain't nobody perfect, but everybody deserves somebody that make them feel like they worth it. So when them emotions emerging, it emits positive vibes. No lie to type shit that change people's lives, and often for the better, leading to now and forevers. Bridges with strong bonds, and ties that are never severed. When it comes to that one, guarantee no matter the pressure, all that love you feeling makes the negatives or whatever. I just pray that people notice that pain isn't really pain when your pulse is from the cure, and that as long as it's still beating, you best be sure that life goes on and shit may change, but somebody's heart skips a beat whenever someone utters your name, and that's the same. Let me know how you feel. Let me know, do you care? You ain't got a lot. 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 know.
So that was AJ featuring Nadea Janae with Lie to Me from Chicago, Illinois. I put all their social information down at the bottom, so please be sure to network with them because, as I say, success is all about networking. Now, as I was saying, I don't believe that exes should be friends because I think there's so much different aspects that go into it. Unless, like I said, the relationship wasn't that deep and you had time to be like, you know what, no, I don't really want to do this. Let's backtrack and go back to being friends because that was what was best for us. I don't think that your exes need to really know your business after them because they're in the past and they should be left there, especially if the relationship was that deep. Could you imagine your ex literally being happy for you moving on? If you go to them for advice, as friends do with other friends, they can be spiteful and sabotage your whole relationship because they know that the relationship that you had with them didn't work. They are just all up in your business just to be nosy to make sure that you're not happy. And if you are, then they can be hateful, spiteful, do all these things. There's just friends, things that you do with friends, especially if it's your girlfriends or your guy friends, and then your boyfriend and girlfriend. I mean, yes, you're usually, your spouse is usually your best friend, but once, you guys break up, then it kind of changes the whole dynamic of the importance. You have to move on from this person, and them being your friend kind of prohibits you from moving on because they're still there. Even though they don't have the same role, they probably hold the same amount of power. So just to avoid being held back, I don't see why exes need to be friends. They should be able to move forward. And in order to move forward, their exes need to not be in their lives because sometimes with their ex being around still, that can confuse things. So that's my opinion. I don't think that exes should be friends. I think the only time exes should reconnect after a breakup is if they're planning to either bone, which is probably not going to end up well because feelings are going to get attached, or get back together. If it's none of these and you guys were mad into each other, there's no reason for you guys to be friends. Move on and keep it pushing. With that being said, I'm going to wrap this up. Thank you so much for tuning in to episode 5 of Leena, Ching, the Opinionated Misses. You guys keep it tight. Thank you so much. Bye.